Tikku speaking about valence bond theory for class second year. Valence bond theory, as applied to metal complexes, is only an extension of the application of the theory of coordination compounds. This theory explains in very simple way that the properties of stereochemistry, magnetic behavior, kinetics and other chemical and physical properties of coordination compounds. It provides a simple method of bonded atoms. The central idea of valence bond theory applied to transition metal complexes is given in different steps. The first step is the central metal atom will take is unable to take atomic orbitals equal to the coordination number. Then these vacant orbitals hybridized to form new orbitals. These new orbitals or hybridized orbitals fill up the electrons in the bonded state. For octahedral we have D2sp3, for square planar we have DsP3, DsP2, for tetrahedral we have sp3, and for linear we have only sp hybridization. Vacant orbitals of the metal overlap with filled orbitals of the donor ligands and they form bonds. This type of bonding is generally known as coordinate bond, a type of covalent bond in which the characteristics of the two orbitals are found. In addition to this type of the bond, we have another bond. In this another bond, we have metal ligand back bonding. Metal gives its electrons to the ligand and the ligand also give their electrons to the metal reciprocally. This type of bonding in a complex is known as back bonding. Back bonding. In sigma bonding, transfer of electrons is from ligand to metal and there is also transfer of opposite direction from metal to ligand. In the back bonding, filling metals overlap with the empty ligand orbitals and the pi bond is formed. This makes a negative charge on the metal and to loosen up this negative charge there is back bonding. Electroneutrality principle. When all the electrons are in the same region, we follow the electroneutrality principle. In this type of principle, geometry and magnetic behavior are taken into consideration. As the geometry is octahedral, square planar, tetrahedral. These type of geometries have the magnetic moment in this type of order only. Number 1. Octahedral complexes metal ions D0, D1, D2 and D3 configuration. These configurations have the bonding of electrons in the single layers and this type of bonding of orbitals in single layers is termed from one situation to another. In the ground state, the electrons is unpaired and then they are excited to the other state. Magnetism. In magnetism, we should have unpaired electrons. Unpaired electrons are equivalent to the magnetism. Octahedral complexes from the metal ions of D4, D5, D6 and D7 configuration in orbital and outer inner orbital and outer orbital complexes. These type of complexes have unpaired electrons as well as paired electrons. Inner orbitals coordination compounds. In inner orbitals we have such type of compounds in which the electrons are unpaired or paired. For example, chromium, then we have iron, then we have cobalt, And lastly, we can also take Fe2 plus. Outer orbital complexes coordination compounds. Outer orbital coordination compounds, chromium, iron, cobalt, etc., in which the inner orbital electrons remain the same, are known as outer orbital complexes. Then we have the octahedral complexes for metal ions having D7 configuration. In D7 configuration, we have different type of complexes. These different type of complexes have different type of unpaired electrons. Square planar complexes. In the square planar complexes, we have the hybridization of dsp2 and the magnetism is equivalent to 1 electron or 2 electrons. In tetrahedral complexes we have D9 and D10 configurations, and such type of configurations have very less unpaired electrons. The limitations of valence bond theory. The valence bond theory cannot explain the spectra. It cannot explain why some complexes are inner orbital and some are outer orbital. Valence bond theory predicts the geometry of a complex compound on the basis of its magnetic behavior, and it cannot give the X ray diffraction.